Welcome to Comet Computer Private Limited, e-learning program of ticketing tool for L1 IT support. We are discussing about various tools like JIRA and now ManageEngine. In that, how to create a service request for the requirement. So organization may have different kinds of ticketing tool. For our reference, we are taking example as a two different tools. So any organization may have different tools like ServiceNow or service desk, CA service desk, or any other remedy. So it may be different, right? So systematically, if you see, everybody is following the ITIL framework, and the workflow are same. One or two will be different based on their infrastructure. There may be difference in the workflow, but the major framework will be same. So we can just listen to it, and based on your organization requirement, you can modify it. But this session will give you an idea like what is a service request tool, and how to create a service request, and how to manage the ticket. Okay, so from the ticketing system. On general, request fulfillment is nothing but service request management. Whenever there is a requirement for a particular user, he will go for raising the service request. So if there is a issue, they will create an incident ticket. Say a printer is not working, we saw the last session, something is not working suddenly. It is an incident. So the things are regularly working, right? Internet is not working, printer is not working, mouse is not working. So whichever is going as usual, but suddenly it is an interruption to a continual service. That we call it as an incident. Now, service request is to do that work, I need something. Suppose I am a developer. Okay, so to develop a Java-based project, I need Java in my desktop or laptop. I'm a project manager. To develop a project plan, I need a MS project in my desktop or laptop. So likewise, so any kind of requirements we tag it under the service request. So we need to segregate when we are building the ticketing system, service request, or anything in ITSM. We have to split it, which are all falls under incident, which are all falls under service request, so that we'll not have any confusions while working on the reports or any other system. Okay, service request is based on the requirement. We go for taking the input from the user and providing the tool, whatever requesting, maybe a hardware or a software. So it is taken as a low risk because that may be a new requirement, and if I'm not providing the requirement, if I'm not meeting the requirement, he may not be able to complete the project. But I don't have any urgency as such. Incident is having high priority because that something is interrupted, so without which he or she cannot work. But service requests need not taken as a high priority. Normally, it will be priority 3 and priority 4, because anything requires project manager and everybody should plan for it. Say I'm getting a new project, it is not going to happen in one day, right? So there'll be some project discussions, customer sign off, and acceptance. There'll be initial time period mentioned, at least a month's time or 3 months time, like that. So we should plan accordingly and avoid this kind of last minute rush. That's why we are taking that as a low risk. It is not a high priority one. So let's see how to create a service request. Same platform I'm using as we used for incident management. It is the cloud-based ManageEngine environment. We have created an account as a project, and we are creating a new ticket. So it is service request. So it is a common template. So we have to create one by one. So it is a common template. We create a service request from it, and web form. So normally users will be logging from the desktop, right? So it is like a desktop or laptop. It is like from a browser. So we mentioned that as a web form. And affected user, there are different parameters. So normally most of the details are auto-filled. If you are in the organization and you have done the SSO, that is integrated along with the AD system. So all these things will be automatically filled in. Only thing is we have to provide the issue details or requirement details. That is the only thing required for the user to feed it. So otherwise, you need not select the priority, you need not select the form method. So since this is a development kind of stage, so we do it from our side. So for normal user, he will feel the pain, right? Why I should fill in all the details, like filling up the application form in any other things, right? So here now we are capturing the requirement from the user, what is required. So this is being updated now. So the user wants the MS Project Professional Software. Okay, this is the update. We did not provide the user ID because it is being captured automatically, right? So you can mention the type in name also, so that is not a problem. But still, system should capture all this detail. That is the efficiency of the system, our ticketing tool, right? So we should not ask more details from the user. Requester name. So we already have the database. You did not do this because once you log in and you open the web portal, it will be automatically captured from the SSID, SSO system. So that is single sign-on system. So it will take same ID for all the things. So software requirement. So this particular category is not created. So in our office, we need to create it. Suppose if this category is not available, we have to create it. Now, always we go for creating multiple categories. So we may not know in the initial stage, so we can add it. Whenever there is a requirement kind of things, we can add it. Since we are using the same template, common template from ManageEngine tool, so we are not having the option to add it also. But once we have the tool purchased in our organization, definitely we can add multiple categories like this. So I needed a MS software that is also not available. So normally we'll choose MS Office. Whatever available in this system, we are choosing it. And I'm mentioning in the subject so that the analyst can understand what is actually required. So they are maintaining the business description, and they are also telling without this software, we'll not be able to do some planning, and will there'll be some delay in submitting the reports. So the request is created. Now this is in the open state. So if you see here, the ticket in open state and not assigned actually. So it is not yet assigned. So what we are doing is we are trying to assign the ticket so that somebody, the analyst, whoever is available, he or she can take the ticket. So this will be done by the queue manager. Okay, once the user is creating the ticket, it will come to the common queue, and the queue manager responsibility is to assign the ticket to the respective analyst. Whoever is available in the shift, they will do the assignment. Suppose somebody is on holiday, somebody is in second shift or night shift, we cannot assign like that. So who is available in the current shift, we have to assign the ticket. So adding our clock here, we have the option to mention the time also, like how long we are working on the ticket. Okay, say this is to calculate overall MTTR. Okay, so if suppose we wanted to calculate how much time we spent on the ticket, so we can say, okay, I worked on the ticket for 10 minutes time, 15 minutes time, something like that. And we are doing the acknowledgement here. Okay, work in progress. We are saying that we have received your ticket and we'll definitely get back to you like that. So this becomes like assigning as well as moving the ticket into work in progress. So now we are not saying the time because we are not choosing that method for calculating the MTTR. So now the ticket is responded in 10 minutes time. Time spent is 10 minutes. So we worked on the ticket for 10 minutes time. Now moving the ticket into different state. Whenever you are moving the ticket to on hold, we should be mentioning the proper justification. Otherwise, user can escalate to any level in your side, like a manager or to the director level. So they can escalate. So always we have to provide justifications for keeping the ticket in pending. So what we are saying here is, okay, so we have asked for the MS project software, and we are including the asset, whatever the asset desktop or laptop, into the SCCM package, so that when the system is available and SCCM package will be pushed to the particular endpoint. So the installation will happen in the backend, so no other user need to be reaching and doing the installation. Analyst need not go and do the installation. It will be taken care by the system automatically. Only thing is the system should be online and connected to the network. So that saves the time, right? So we need not spend time with the user, spend time with the analyst. So it will be done automatically by the system, SCCM system. So we are in the comment mentioning that system will take care of your installation, and we are keeping the ticket in pending. So once we get the confirmation that installation is successful from the server, we'll just update that installation is completed. The ticket is assigned. So as of now, the ticket is on hold, right? So once the installation is completed, we can check in the SCCM server whether the installation target is completed or not. Once the target is saying that it is automatically completed, then we can go for changing the ticket status to resolved. We cannot go for closing, right? So we have to resolve the ticket. So we are giving the justifications. So we are saying that we have verified that in the SSM server, and we are confirming that the package is already pushed and the installation is successful. So we are also giving user input like there is any issue, you can reach us the respective number. So we are saying that the information is confirmed from the system. So we are going for resolving the ticket. So save. The ticket is resolved now. Closure note, as I said earlier in the incident management, normally system will take the closure note once the user is confirming it. Now we are manually doing the closure. So we are saying that the requirement is completed and hence we are closing the ticket. So we are saying it is working fine. So we don't have any pending things and hence we are closing the ticket. Closure code successful, right? So we can reject our failure. We can say since it is success, we are saying it is success. Installation is completed. Sometimes if the software is not available, we can cancel the request, or if they are asking something beyond the requirement and beyond our security limit, we'll say reject, because as per the security things, security approvals, we cannot install the software, so we'll reject the request. So there are different scenarios as such. So as of now, we are closing the ticket with the successful details. So this is how we go for uh, completing the uh, software requirement or any other request processing. So we'll see another one where we have some kind of requirements like we'll create another service request for another requirement. Same thing, web form service request. Now assume that this has come via email and our system is converting the email into a ticket, whatever the requirement comes. So the email should have kind of fixed content so that it'll take that as a ticket. So there'll be some standard syntax available. So we have to fill in the syntax properly, otherwise the mail cannot be converted as a ticket. So same the impacted user. So last time we saw no, so only few categories are available because it is a template what we are doing it. So in actual we'll have all categories as per our requirement. So we go whatever it is available here for learning purpose. So here the requirement says the user wants a broadband connection at home to work in the office laptops. They wanted a, broadband connection. Subject line we are taking the impact details. So we are also filling the description. So we are getting the detailed requirement from the user, whoever wanted a broadband connection. The ticket is created now. The ticket is being assigned, which is done by the queue manager. The work log is being added just to update the user that we are working on the ticket. So we are acknowledging the ticket as per the process. So they are also aware that we are um, aware of the requirement and we'll be reverting as soon as possible. So whether it is an incident ticket or a service request, response and resolution is common. So we should follow that. And maybe there may be increase in time for response time in a service request. Maybe instead of 15 minutes, it will be 30 minutes or 1 hour also. But there will be definitely a response time calculation. So we are just responding to the user. The user has requested for broadband connection at home. So as for the process, we have to understand what is a required thing in our organization. So user may ask anything. We cannot fulfill all the requirements, right? So what we are saying, it is not under our scope. So broadband connection provisioning is not under our scope. So we are clearly mentioning it. So within the office premises, anything required, we can do it. But in home, they have to set it up on their own. So from the IT support, we cannot extend anything. But some organizations provides the claim process, right? Once you get the broadband connection per month, 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, you will get the benefit. The organization will pay for it, and you have to get the connection from the local service provider. In your location, you may have Airtel or Jio, whatever the service provider available. From them, you can get the broadband connection. So company will support you in claiming the bills. But IT support, it is out of scope because anything within the campus we can provide a support, right? And beyond the campus we cannot provide it. And if it is an issue related with the hardware, we can provide a support. This is something different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to um, resolve unsuccessful because I didn't provide any resolution, right? So it says resolved and it is treated as a unsuccessful or so we are not able to do it, right? So we'll take result. So in the closure code, we'll mention rejected. See, that option is not available. That is the reason. So it should be like result unsuccessful so that we'll say the thing is not fulfilled. So we are closing the ticket with unsuccessful nature. But in this system, we have only option as rejected. So I'm going directly and rejecting the ticket because it is not under our scope. So I cannot do anything on the ticket. So I'm rejecting. This is also okay. I told no. So the system will have different kind of wordings or configurations, but they will follow the ITIL framework. So as for the framework, either we can resolve unsuccessful or reject the ticket. There is no difference in mentioning. Only thing is we have to communicate to the user properly so that they are not impacted or uh, left alone. They may not know the process, what is required to get the connectivity. So we'll tell them what is required and where to reach. So they can directly reach that particular person or submit the bills for claiming the internet connection. So with that, we can close this ticket and say that anything else required, you can contact the support number. So request is closed. So we have seen two scenarios. One is normally processing the request. Another is rejecting because we don't have the scope or we don't have the requirement as such. Okay, so based on the requirement, we can update the tickets as and when it is required. So with this, we are coming to the conclusion of the service request creation topic. Hope you have got the clear idea about how to create a service request, what are the different stages available, how to process it, how to reject it. So these are the basic things in the service request management. Thank you very much.